Go ahead.
Here's an idea to improve Fort Wayne Amazing Race. Here are some guidelines for our race. It is $60 per person. It's for ages 8 and up, and you have to be over the age. You have to have at least one person over the age of 18. Our most important rule is have fun and be safe.
Here you can see we have 13 locations in our race, 12 of which include the tasks, and the last one, which would be Fox Island, does not have a task. It is just our finish line that they would have to find.
Here's some statistics.
This is the percent of people that have chosen at least one of the same locations that we have.
But of course, our ideas are better.
These are our better ideas, better than anything you've seen before, and we'll see after. So our first location is Headwaters Park. Headwaters Park hosts a multitude of different events. Depending on the time of year, you could see a wedding, go to a music rave, catch a festival. So our physical task at Headwaters Park would be teams would go and they would have to complete a blindfolded maze. Each member would go through blindfolded while their team members direct them which ways to go. The mental task here would be teams would have to go and locate all the statues on the park grounds. To get to the next leg of the race, teams would have to walk.
Our next location is Bunsima Square. Bunsima Square provides the people who view the amazing sights of downtown, as well as a majority of the city because it is the tallest cement reinforced building in Indiana. This will be a roadblock, so the teams will have to get into a supported scaffold and go to each of the floor's windows and try to find the hint to the next leg of the race inside. To get to the next leg of the race, teams will have to ride six.
If you go Fort Wayne, you might have to visit Coney Island. It's famous for its Coney dogs. It has been started in 1914, has been worn by St. James for 100 years. The physical tasks at Coney Island, the teams will have to work at shift at Coney Island, have to take orders, make the food present, and correctly they will start over. Mental task for Coney Island is that they'll have to find out when Coney Island first opened. The only help they can have is by asking people who work there and look at the decorations. Get to the next leg of the race, teams will have to ride a tandem away. For now, teams will have a pedal bus.
The Allen County Public Library provides us with information in the form of books. For the physical task, teams will be provided with a list of books that they have to find, and then they will find clues inside to get to the next task. For the mental task, teams will have to read a section of a book and write a summary. To get to the next leg of the race, teams will have to walk.
So our next location would be Arlink Contemporary Gallery. Arlink is home to 27 exhibits and hosts many educational programs. So you could go and build with Legos, or you could just go and paint. This would be a roadblock also, and teams would have to build one member of the team would have to build the next location out of Legos with a set of directions. And once they build the History Center, then they can go there. To get to the next leg of the race, teams would have to ride in shopping carts pushed by one member of their team.
The History Center is located in beautiful downtown Fort Wayne. Has exhibits from old day Fort Wayne to present day Fort Wayne. The physical task is done to put back 10 exhibits that are out of place before time's up. If they don't succeed, they'll have to try again. The mental task is that they'll have to give a tour of the History Center and then know if they get it right. After the tour by someone like an employee who works there. To get to the next leg of the race, they'll have to roller skate.
At Arena Dinner Theater, you can experience a show from no further than 30 feet away from the stage. At Arena, it is home to the best actors in Northeast Indiana. The physical task at Arena Dinner Theater would be teams would have to set up and perform part of Exit Laughing in front of the cast. And the mental task would be teams would have to create a dialogue, and they would have to figure out the controls for their own show. To get to the next leg of the race, teams would have to ride a unicycle.
Our next location is Parkview Field. At Parkview Field, you can attend a memorable minor league baseball game, as well as many other events such as Friday night and breast cancer ball. The physical task here would be that the teams have to perform the dance like the bad apple dancers do. If they do not do it correctly, they'll have to redo it until they do it correctly. The mental task will be that the teams will have to figure out when the park is recreated and how much it costs. To get to the next leg of the race, teams will have to ride a tricycle.
The old fort is home to lots of unknown history. The old fort contains a blacksmith shop, woodworker shop, and has traditional foods. The fort shares history through community interaction. The physical task at the fort would be teams would have to reenact part of a battle that happened there, and the mental task would be teams would have to find the kitchen and get a recipe for beef stew and then correctly make it. To get to the next leg of the race, teams would have to walk in moon shoes.
Fort Wayne Children's Zoo provides a glimpse of many different cultures, such as the Indonesian, Australian, and African. For the physical task, teams will have to give the correct food to the right animal. For the mental task, teams will have to memorize which animal goes to which exhibit. To get to the next leg of the race, teams will have to ride segways. The Allen County War Memorial Coliseum provides us with concerts, circuses, and many more events. For the physical task, teams will have to put on a talent show and be judged 1 to 10. For the mental task, teams will have to try to find an estimated number of how many seats there are. And to get to the next leg of the race, teams will have to walk. IPFW is a college in Fort Wayne. There are mastodons located all over the IPFW campus. The physical task, teams will have to find all of the sculpted mastodons. For the mental task, teams will have to take a short class about Fort Wayne and take a test. If they get lower than an A, they have to retake the class and test. To get to the next leg of the race, teams will have to catch a taxi.
This will be the final point of the race. We won't have a task at Fox Siren. There's just have to find the finish line.
We believe that these are the best places in Fort Wayne to go to prove that we are not a boring city.
Now that you have seen our ideas for the amazing race, we would like to know, do you have any questions?
I'm curious, how do you guys come up with your entry fee? So it was $60 to do
Yes.
So how did you come up with that amount?
Last year my cousins did an amazing race, and I think it was a little higher than that for them. And we wanted something that cost so we could pay for it, but we also wanted something that was like doable for most people. So we went with 60.
How many people do you want total to compete in your amazing race? Like,